I didn't even take the shot that fast. Man, I meant to start the recording and then take the shot, but we've already gotten into it. So you already know how I do. I get one shot to get me started, another to keep me going. And in real life. And that tastes like it should be the intro starting. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I go by the name of Chris Vick, and welcome back to The Game Lounge. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as you can see, we have GTA Online for your viewing pleasure. Also, happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Guys got a work week. Here to try and figure out some stuff. Life is lifing. Got us some good blessings or whatever. I just wound up getting a second job, being a home health aide for my grandmother, so now extra money is coming in. Gonna be able to do a lot more things now with the financial ability to be able to do stuff, so stay tuned in. A lot of good ideas coming with some live skits. I'm gonna start putting some acting on the Game Lounge too, so just stay tuned in. That's how real it is. I sneeze, I sneeze when I'm focused. So as I said, good evening, everybody. Happy Monday. Today's topic is a topic that I feel like I didn't get a chance to really touch on before. And you guys already know I have beer goggles whenever I fucking start GTA Online. So we'll get past that. But for today's topic, I wanted to touch on a topic that I feel like we didn't get a chance to really speak on. And I feel like it's going to be a topic that's very relatable to everybody. Because everybody has one of these, whether you say you don't or not, even I do. But I got to look further into mine because I've already looked the devil in the face. So I don't know what the fuck else you could throw at me. However, today's topic is about fears and phobias. So a phobia is basically a fancier version of the way you say fear. And a phobia is something that everybody has, which means they have the fear or they are afraid of this said thing, place, location, or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to go down the list and tell you guys a bunch of fears that people have and whether or not they should be logically worthy or if they're just batshit crazy. So let's check it out. First fear, First fear should be crashing, fuck. First fear on the list is called acrophobia, which is the fear of heights. Now, granted, there are times where I can completely understand that you're afraid of being at least 100 to 200 stories in the air. That's actually pretty nerve-wracking, so I can get that. There's times where I've been on a roller coaster ride or something, and to be honest, the height of it kind of threw me off. I'm like, damn, I'm actually going up pretty high. And it's not, it's funny, it is a fear because of the fact of, you knowing about there being a history of malfunctions on rides. However, the fear of actually being up that high, it doesn't really bother me as much as most people would think. I've been up higher than most roller coasters, so I've actually been on the world's tallest roller coaster. Rest in peace to King the Ka. You've been to Six Flags. You rode the King the Ka, and if you didn't, you missed out because it's gone now. But it's built somewhere else. So me, do I have the fear of heights? No. But do I go about getting a little angsty when I get up higher off the ground? Somewhat, so I'll give it that. Next fear is the fear of flying, which is aerophobia. I've been on a plane once to go see my brother Stevie in Atlanta, and it was the first time I was ever on a plane. I believe this was a year ago or maybe 2 years ago. I'm not too sure. So I wound up being on a plane, and also once again, kind of like with the fear of heights and just how I said the roller coaster and stuff, that was also a fear because things have happened on planes. So, kind of throws you off and makes you nervous, but you definitely want to try it out. So, 15,000 chips. I would have took the money. So a fear of flying and fear of heights, kind of the same thing. Don't really have a fear of it, but when I'm there, it's kind of like nerve-wracking, so I can sense why. Next fear is called agoraphobia, which is the fear of open spaces or crowds. Also, let's get a mission started. My bad, y'all. Jobs. Play job. Start creating. Let's see what we haven't done. So the fear of open spaces or crowds. I've never been bothered by being in crowds, trying to talk to people on a large scale, or at least, you know, speaking to them in a sense of how they all have to listen to you at one point. I've hosted shows, I've performed in plays, I've spoken to large groups of kids, and I've also held a talent show before or whatever. So, you know, the large spaces or whatever and stuff like that, it's not really a problem for me, so I can't really say that. Is it a fear that people should have? In a sense, yeah, because of the fact that I get that you know, when you get older, you start to realize that there are energies that you feel from people, and those energies allow you to realize that, you know, certain people are feeling certain ways about certain things. So when you are put into a scenario where there's a bunch of energies just in one location at one time, you're trying to figure out how to initiate yours and distinguish yours from everyone else's, because you're overcrowded by so many energies at one time. So it sucks. So yeah, it's understandable, but not really. Here's a common one most people don't talk about: arachnophobia, which is the fear of spiders. So I don't really see spiders as much as I see water bugs. If you live in the projects, you know, you get a house spider, it clings to the corner of the wall for the rest of its life, and it'll probably come down one day, or it may die up there. It depends on how it feels. You know, spiders, they're stubborn. They just be up there like, I know something's gonna fly in this web, and it's like you're indoors in an apartment 9 times out of 10. The only way you'll get something to eat is if I open the fucking window. And I'm not opening the window for you. So, fear of spiders, I don't really have it. Mind you, the spiders that are in New York are not scary. The house spiders are just like, we call them daddy long legs. They're not really of the terrifying type. I really wouldn't scurry away from it like, oh god, a spider. Like, I'd personally let spiders live off the strength that I know that they eat other bugs. The only time I kill a spider is if it winds up being on me physically, or if it gets within eye height of range on a wall or something like that. After that, I feel like you're a threat. You're getting eliminated, so you should have crawled back up faster. Oh, here's another one. So yeah, no, spiders, you can have a fear of them because of the fact that there are different types of spiders that have way more of a venomous and dangerous purpose to them, like tarantulas and black widows and trapdoors and a whole bunch of other ones. So, and the huntsman spiders, like those shits are huge. So yeah, I can definitely understand being afraid of them because of the fact that they have venom and that their size is not the normal size of a regular spider. So I get that. Next fear, the fear of confined spaces, claustrophobia. Now, claustrophobia, it makes a lot of sense off the strength that there's a bit of a, like, if you're used to being able to have your freedom and not feel like you're being confined for your entire life, and then you finally put yourself in a scenario, oh shit, I'm gonna need a good gun tonight. Let's see how this works. So yeah, if you go about trying to have the freedom that you normally would when it came to oh wait, I could just do this. Whoop, drop this. Trying to see if I can shoot him from the inside. Probably water over there or something. Why should it be something just simply just blocking me? Alright. So yeah, claustrophobia. I never really had a moment where I felt claustrophobic, I guess. Probably the only time I did, and I'll tell you guys this one time, and don't you ever tell somebody that I told you about it. There was one time where when I was working with the kids, I wind up wearing a chicken suit. Hear me out. 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 I wore the chicken suit because at the time there was that song that came out, something like that song that came out and it was super popular. So if anybody knows me well enough, I'm a very, very funny, witty, just random ass person. And so who better to wear the chicken suit than me? So I wound up going out in the chicken suit, except for the fact that just like the mascots in sports and stuff, they unfortunately have this little opening that you can get to, but it's not really anything worthy of saying like you can breathe out of the damn thing. Like, nah, it's actually pretty annoying. So that's the only time I really felt claustrophobic. I've been stuck in elevators and I've been in tight, crowded places, like being on a train or a bus and stuff like that. I don't really have a moment to be claustrophobic. Now, however, granted, if there's somebody that wind up, lay back down, man. If there's somebody that wind up having a moment where they were getting like that, and if I had a moment where I say the worst kind of claustrophobicness moment would be like you being buried alive or something. That's claustrophobic. Imagine you being in a coffin alive, not able to move because of the fact that you were like buried under this certain amount of sand or dirt or whatever the case it was. And a coffin only has but so much of restricted movement off the strength that 99% of the time, a person in a coffin is dead. So yeah, you have a reason to be afraid of that. You have a whole reason to be afraid of that. Next fear, dentophobia, the fear of dentists. Now, to be honest, I would say a fear of dental surgery or whatever wouldn't be the same. Oh, damn. I have a fear of bullets. Jeez. Why you got me all the way over here, though? Can I jump down here? Okay. Easy. Oh, somebody else died. Cool. Maybe he bled out. Either way, having a fear of dentistry is... I think that's a stupid fear. I'm not going to lie to you. The reason why I say that is because oral hygiene is a part of a person's basic lifestyle. Whether you follow it or not, at some point, everyone has to see a dentist, or everyone has to see somebody that has to do with, you know, just better oral hygiene. What's up, guys? You dropped this? Where'd you go? Come on, peek out. Yeah, good job. Good job. Now go night-night. So I have to kill all the triads, I guess. I thought there was like a drug thing going on too, but I guess not. Where you at? I see you. Smarmy bastard. No. Beep. Beep. Gotcha. Sometimes you gotta get him with the old finisher. I got a Desert Eagle. Pistol, combat pistol. Heavy pistol. Why not? Ah, freeze! You're looking for a black truck. Hurry, they're not stupid. Black truck, black truck. Black truck? Alright, it's gotta be somewhere close by. Right, red. That's blue. Give me a second, Chad. We'll get back to the conversation. Oh, actually, we can keep it going. So, yeah, being afraid of dentists, no, doesn't make sense. You have to go about trying to see a dentist at some point to try and help keep up the oral hygiene that you so much love that you hate to have go down, but everybody loves a Snickers bar once in a while. So you're not wrong. I, too, am fucked up. So, with that being said, it is not really much of a fear. It's understandable because of the pain that comes with it. And the fact that you might have to go about extracting a tooth, and that's already bad enough by itself. So I completely understand where you're coming from. The next fear is glossophobia, which is the fear of public speaking. Search a storage unit for the truck. Damn, where would this black truck be at? And I gotta stay within the line at least. So glossophobia is the fear of public speaking. There is, I guess, a bit of an intimidating feeling when you're standing in the front of a bunch of people. When I first started speaking in front of people, or at least when I was in the plays that I was with the church, I did feel a bit of a fearness to it. But then I also felt a bit of an endearing wanting to do it kind of adrenaline. That's what kind of puts you in that mode to be able to finish what you're doing. Because as fearful as you are of messing up in front of thousands of people, or maybe hundreds of people, or a couple dozen, nothing crazy. Because I wasn't doing Chris Brown, about to say tournaments. I wasn't doing Chris Brown breezy bowls. I'll tell you that much. There was a quaint little neighborhood of people that came around. Maybe this is black. Maybe this is it. Is this it? Nope, it's not it. Where is this damn truck? Is public speaking a thing to be fearful of? Like I said, yes, the intimidation can go about having people feel like they're put on the spot. It's a bit of a fastball when it comes to how you feel. And certain people, this truck is white as shit. It's a black truck, I know that. Where the hell would I drive this black truck from out of? Come on now. No? Alright, so I'm still looking, guys. I apologize. It might take a little while, but I'm dead trying to look. I'm sorry if you've seen it and I didn't. I'm so sorry. I swear I'm looking. Next fear is a logical one, and my sister actually has this fear. Hemophobia, which is the fear of blood. There is something about... Oh, there it is. Yay, we found it. So continue on with the blood thing. So there is something about the way that blood, I guess, is poured out of a person when it's a large body part cut open, or there's a bit of a do I have sticky bones? Sure do. Hey, I gotta duck before I die. The hell out of here. So there's this way that blood flows, or how it just looks when a body part is cut open in a movie, or if there's a real life accident. And I can only imagine what EMTs have seen on a Sunday night. So the way that blood looks, I guess, depending on what happens, it can go about looking pretty gruesome. It can have its disgusting style to it. It could probably be different colors, or it can come out clumpy or thick or clotted. So I can get why there's a fear of not wanting to see blood. I've watched Saw movies too many times to worry about blood. So I don't mind blood at all. I've wiped blood off the wall working at the job I'm at. I've seen blood in person, yada, yada, yada. So, wait. Hey. You dropped this. Oh, that's what I thought. Oh, no, you thought you were safe, right? Did I throw the thing on me? I think I'm throwing them on me. I don't want to do it now. I don't know if I threw the bomb on me, because if I throw the bomb on me, I defeat me purpose. So yeah, I've seen Saw movies and stuff like that, so the fear of blood is not really a thing for me. Should it be a thing? It can be. I can't do it. No, don't kill me. I'm so close. So it can be a certain thing and stuff like that when it comes to the fear of wanting to see blood. Is it a fear for me? No. I could really care less about seeing blood. I've seen it in different ways, so it's like, yeah, whatever. There's times where I crack jokes like, ketchup. But we're going to move on to the next one. The next one is called mesophobia, which is the fear of germs. Germs play a big role of the reason why the human race gets sick. They are the epitome of exactly what causes the immune system to fall apart. Coronavirus was a virus. It was a virus. Oh, I missed the damn stuff. So it's completely understandable after seeing how coronavirus wound up taking over the world and how that basically is damn near a disease too. Because anything that makes you sick or puts you in a position where your body is in fight or flight mode is basically a disease. And when coronavirus hit and it wound up shutting the world down and everybody was just in a whole different timeline of how survival was, it opened up my eyes to see that there are things out here that we're worried about that aren't really that much to be worried about. Oh, 17,000 bands. So, diseases? Hell yeah. You can definitely be afraid of diseases. I definitely understand where that's coming from, so that makes total sense. And we're going to wind up driving home, but I want to do one last one, which is the fear of injections, trypanophobia. I'm going to stick on to the topic of COVID-19 just because of the fact that it said injections. When everybody was dealing with COVID-19, the first thing that they thought of was the simple two words, social distancing. And that allowed this window of people being able to stay away from each other if anybody was exposed to the coronavirus, because there was a 2-week incubation period that they wind up having it in your body. And you either wind up going through hell when you had it and it wind up kicking your ass, or you wind up dealing with it in a lower tone form. Because some people actually, I don't think, really got any results. I wind up catching it myself, and I lost my taste and my smell. It was terrifying as hell. But eventually, I wind up getting better. So I've been having my taste and smell for years now, of course. But it was scary as hell. It was scary. Where are we going? Just trying to get my car. Wait, why am I even running into it? I'm calling for the damn... I'm going to the street, and I'm calling my mechanic to bring it to me. I'm lazy. So yeah, what I was gonna wind up saying was the injections that came after it. Once we wind up doing the I'm too close to it. I'll just go grab it. Anyway, once we wind up doing the social distancing, everybody thought it would have wind up dying down. People wouldn't be going on flights. Nobody would be interacting with each other. Whoever would have had it would go about having to deal with it on their own. They had to be isolated and quarantined. It was a very tough period of time for everybody. Now, when they wind up coming out with the COVID-19 vaccinations, that was a terrifying time. Not because of the fact of being injected. No, that was actually what it was. It wasn't a fact of being poked. It was a fact of being poked with something I didn't fucking know was in it. There was a fear of knowing that I'm literally having something injected into my body that I don't even know would either save me or kill me. But I'm being told by a group of professionals, or at least, not professionals. I'm being told by at least a bunch of people that I have to have faith in, such as our government or just politics, and everyone else that winds up promoting the COVID-19 vaccinations. So I wind up getting the first shot. I think it was 2 shots. And then I wind up getting the booster. And then after that, I guess that was pretty much it. I haven't felt weird ever since. There are people that I know that wind up having some pretty bad side effects and stuff like that, such as, just really bad muscle cramps, or they wind up, I'm not too sure. I think they wind up having still a faint sense of smell and everything, which is terrifying, considering the fact that you would have thought that the vaccine would have done something, at least try to bring back a decent portion of your sense of smell. So COVID-19 was nothing to joke about. I didn't like it at all, but the injections is what threw me off the strength that I didn't know what was in them. I was taking a risk to try and hopefully get myself cured, or at least to prevent the next time that COVID hits, it would be a lot less effective. It would be more suppressed. I would already have antibodies in my immune system that would allow my body to fight off against such an exact disease. So the fact that I risked it or whatever, it turned out pretty well. But when I wound up having COVID-19 the first time, man, I thought I was finna to die. I had a tight chest. I had chills. I was freezing. I wound up having muscle aches as if I did 130 set workout or something in 1 minute. My body was just destroyed. And COVID-19 really wound up messing with me after that. And I was just nervous to go about trying to catch it again. However, I didn't go about catching it again. Everything was fine. I don't hear about COVID now, so I'm pretty happy to hear about that. But the injections definitely were terrifying. So if you feel like you don't like getting injected by anything, leave a comment below, because I agree. And with that being said, we wound up doing our episode, and I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to The Game Loud. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and any game ideas you might have, please send them to us. We'd definitely love to try them out. Like I said, I'm going to try and add some new stuff onto the channel soon. I'm also going to do live skit acting things. I'm starting to feel like I'm in the mood for trying to portray some characters, so stay tuned in for that. I'm just here to make you guys laugh. I'm just here to make you guys laugh, enjoy, learn, and possibly start up a conversation with whomever's around you, and just to enjoy the content. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And until next time, game until you sleep. Because I am going to sleep.